1-2. Swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side. Sip. Goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch, which is a called strike 3.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome back, everybody, to Carey Lynn Larimer Field in Thompson, North Dakota. I'm Leif Bakken, glad to have the play-by-play action for you in game number 2, as it is the Thompson Tommies hosting the Central Cass Squirrels, and we have quite the pregame for you, along with another great game coming your way as well. This is yourliveevent.com, and the Irie Insurance pregame show starts right after this. Don't go anywhere. We've got good softball on the way.
Be sure to stop by S&T Quick Stop. They look forward to seeing you on your next visit. S&T Quick Stop, Thompson.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online, firststatebanks.com.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
For yourliveevent.com, I'm Leif Bakken, talking with Matt Chandler, head coach of the Thompson Tommies. They just beat the Kindred Richland Vikings 5-4, and coach, let's talk a little bit about that. You got to be happy with the team. I mean, a little bit of a struggle early on in the game, but to end on a strong note like that, that's huge.
Yeah, you know, like we talked about pregame, this is the time of year where we need to clean up things before tournament time, but we got a gritty bunch, and they don't quit, and fortunately, the bounces went our way at the end.
And talk a little bit, I know that you were telling Summer, hey, slow down here, and then on that overthrow, was it just green light, let's go?
I saw the ball come out of the outfielder's hand, and I knew it was going to be high. I was hoping she would pick me up, and we were going to roll with it. If she gets thrown out, we go on to the next inning, but I thought that was our chance there, and fortunately it worked out for us.
So, now we go on to another tough team. Central Cass comes to town on this doubleheader day, so what do we know about them, and what's the plan as we move into game number 2 after a big win?
Consistency is key with them. They always put a strong team on the field, and they don't make a whole lot of mistakes, so if they do, we need to capitalize on it. We need to pitch the ball well, play defense, and have good at-bats.
Awesome. Hey, congratulations on the win, and on to the next.
Thank you very much.
This is the Irie Insurance pregame show. For all your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. More pregame coaches' comments coming up after this.
Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. We are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to irieinsurance.com.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrants, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
And every other.
For YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leif Bakken talking with head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels, Coach Scott Cost, for their softball team. And Coach 10-3 and make the trek up here to Thompson. And what are your thoughts on the day? Beautiful day, by the way.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day. Finally, we got some good weather to play in. You know, looking forward to playing Thompson. They always bring a quality game. They're well coached. They've got good athletes. So looking forward to getting a good game in tonight. You know, it's important because we've missed a lot of games during the course of the year here. It's important for us to get some games in. So this will be fun tonight.
Anybody on your roster we really need to be watching tonight as we go along on YourLiveEvent.com?
You know, we got two great pitchers here. I'm going to throw Peyton Nelson to at least to start the game tonight. You know, she's done really well. She's pitched against two really quality opponents in West Fargo and Dickinson and done a good job. So we're going to start out here tonight. You know, and I'm kind of trying to solidify my lineup. The postseason starts here on Saturday, and so we're trying to get our lineup finalized. So I'm kind of going to be looking at everybody.
You know, you talk about that. We talk about the strengths of your pitching. What are some of the things you want to work on before Saturday?
Yeah, I think right now offensive approach is probably the most important thing we work on. I want to make sure we got good athletes here. I want to make sure they're aggressive when they step into the batter's box. I think in championship, you know, when you're competing for championships, you got to pitch well and you got to play good defense. So we've been doing a good job with that. I'm looking to see that continue as well.
Coach Scott Cost of the Central Cass Squirrels. Hey, best of luck today, Coach.
Thanks, Lee. Thank you.
All part of the Irie Insurance pregame show. Your pregame coach's comments. Thanks so much to both Coach Cost and Coach Chandler, and we appreciate all of you tuning in here. We continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show in just a bit. Chase Miller will be joining me, and we'll be talking more spring sports as well and other announcements here on YourLiveEvent.com. Stick right with us. We're having a lot of fun this afternoon. Spring sports in full swing. That's for sure.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers. The Irie Insurance pregame show. Irie Insurance for all your insurance needs. Visit Irie Insurance online at ihrYins.com. I'm Leif Bakken. This is YourLiveEvent.com. We heard coaches' comments from both the head coaches, Thompson Tommy's Matt Chandler and Scott Cost of the Central Cass Squirrels. Chase Miller joins me here in the booth as he slides on over. And, Chase, we just saw a good finish for the Thompson Tommies. They've got to carry that momentum over against this good Squirrels team.
Yeah, the Central Cass Squirrels, they've been challenged this year. I mean, you take a look at their losses. The West Fargo Packers, who all that they do is win state titles in Class A softball. You look at the Dickinson Midgets. They're a team that has won a state championship recently from the WDA, and that one went 10 innings in a 2-1 loss in the midseason madness at Fargo. Then they lost by a run against Kindred Richland. So the losses for Central Cass have been all quality losses for the Squirrels. And you look at Central Cass, Peyton Nelson, a Shields softball all-star nominee earlier today. Riley Holzer, the senior shortstop, also going to be part of that, and they'll get a chance to play one more time on their grounds at Scott Koss Field in Castleton. So we said it from day number from the pregame showing game number 1 at about 250. These games, as much as you want to win and lose and there's no moral victory, it's about learning some things. That's what Central Cass did with West Fargo. They got behind early. The Packers hit 3 home runs against Tori Richter. She pitched a complete game, got a loss, but then in game number 2 they come back and they earn the win. Peyton Nelson with the big 3-run homer. She had a complete game win as well for Central Cass. So these are situations. Do you allow some different players to get some reps in game 1 for Thompson compared to game number 2 on the opposite side for Central Cass? How much down the lineup does Scott Koss go, not just for courtesy runners, but mixing and matching players, as this game moves along? Peyton Nelson in the center circle, she's tough to kind of square up and hit sometimes as she's in the rhythm. Kate Sinner is a really, really good player in terms of third base, in terms of a girl that can hit the deep ball as well for Central Cass. And you got the Bulldogs and the runners of Fletchock, of a Holzer, and respectively Tori Richter as well. So, Central Cass, 5 state titles, the most ever in Class B softball. COVID year happened, but they're the defending state champ, and Thompson took them to the wire last season in Jamestown. So these two teams are very familiar with each other. Matt Chandler, Scott Koss, respectively, as well as you mentioned, Leaf. So another game, another chance to say, hey, you know what? Let's learn something. Let's see some of our girls. Let's put them in different situations. And like we mentioned, Central Cass will be going to Hillsboro for the Region 1 softball tournament coming up this weekend on your live event. And then, for Matt Chandler and the Thompson Tommies heading to Mayport CG. If it does get a little too much moisture and a little too much rain, fingers crossed it doesn't happen Thursday, Friday. But then they would move the tournament to Mayville State to play at Jeromeburg Field. But that'll be in Mayville coming up here on Saturday as well. So, less than a week for these two programs to get underway and get postseason underway and try to get their run down to Fargo June the 2nd, leave for the state tournament.
Isn't that wild to think that, folks, that we are into tournament time and getting after it here? Want to mention also in our pregame comments, we heard from Coach Koss talking about he's trying to look for how he wants to start his postseason. So when he's got these players, and so that's what these next few games are all about, is figuring out what the lineup needs to be for your team. So that's something that all these teams have to figure out in the next 4 days, 5 days. So big deal there. I suppose Wednesday off for some teams, and maybe some they're going to play early afternoon games as well across the entire region. So we see our coaches and umpires having their meeting here and talking about the situation with this beautiful field, Carrie Lynn Larimer Field. Great here. We've got a little creek bottom up here, and I guess I forgot to ask what the name of this. Do we know what the name of this is? We don't. Darn, I was going to enlighten everybody with the great story about this body of water here. Then there's a little sand volleyball field to the left field, and just nice. There's 2 fields over here. JV is playing on the other one right now as we speak, so they are underway over there. Central Cass Squirrels, Thompson Tommies here on yourliveevent.com. When we come back, we're going to we might be starting, but we're going to try to get your starting lineups for you. I'm Leaf Bakken with Chase Miller. We've got game number 2 in softball coming your way.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online, firststatebanks.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
And welcome back to Thompson, North Dakota, everybody. I'm Leaf Bach and Chase Miller by my side, at least to start off this game before he goes and sets up for another game we've got this evening for baseball. 7 o'clock start, expected pitch start for Maple River versus the Thompson Tommies.
Well, I like to say, too, Northern Cass Central Cass baseball winner is the number 1 seed in Region 1. You have, let's see here, going on at Northwood, Hillsborough, Central Valley, Holly at Ada Borup West. We got a lot of games for you today, Leaf. It feels like a normal spring day, which we really haven't been able to say in this calendar year.
That's for sure. 5 o'clock first pitch here as the Squirrels will come up to bat. It'll be Tori Richter to lead off for her team from Castleton, North Dakota, just outside of Fargo. Doing a good job on the season as she's seen 2 balls, and now she'll see 3. To start things off in the circle for this game is Drew Schwab. That's kind of funny to me as this one's popped up to shortstop and gathered in. Great job by Hurst, who is playing shortstop here for out number 1. So the funny thing is that Schwabi was the one who played in the pitch position, and now it's Schwab. Once again, this concludes our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all your insurance needs, visit Irie online, IrieINS.com. And up to bat next is Grace Fleshock, and we just heard, Chase, you were just talking about her, and she's really doing well. According to stats I've got, 17 runs on the season.
Yeah, you know, an outfielder can play second base as well, depending on if Richter's pitching or not. And then had the game-winning RBI hit against the West Fargo Packers on Saturday. Both those games, if you missed them, you can watch back on demand on your live event. So, yeah, a really good-looking underclassman.
This one on its way, a high flyer to left field, getting underneath it and making the play is Faith Stumpf. She didn't move from that spot, and that's good for her. 2 up. And 1 more to come, and this is Katie Sinner.
For Thompson, this is a really good day in terms of just getting you ready. You never know what Mother Nature is going to bring once you get to tournament time as well.
Foul ball for strike 1.
Where you might have to play, 2 games in a particular day. Now, you don't have to worry about too much of back-to-back, but an opportunity here for, Thompson, again, like we mentioned, 2 really good teams, and get some arms, get some actions against teams, quite honestly, that you would see at a state tournament coming up.
Schwab's next pitch going to be high for ball, brings the count to 1-1. Sinner is a junior for this Central Cass team. And the next one, another high flyer into left field. That one's deep as well. Now trying to step up, get to its snow cone on that one. I would like strawberry, please, as that one is caught in the left field once again by none other than Stumpf. Great job there. Here in the top of the first inning, we'll switch things over to the bottom of the first. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on to get things started in our Central Cass Thompson game here. And we'll be coming right back with the bottom of the first inning. And that'll be for the Thompson Tommies. Coming up, it'll be Schwabi, Krogstad, and Dick on yourliveevent.com.
Get your food and fuel fast with S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. Fuel yourself with snacks, pizza, drinks, and hot-cooked meals made fresh daily. Make sure to stop and check their daily lunch and dinner specials or call ahead to place your order. 701-599-2161. S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. Fuel your vehicle with high-quality Cenex fuel, and they carry engine oil, washer fluid, and everything else you'll need to keep your vehicle going. Be sure to stop by S&T Quick Stop. They look forward to seeing you on your next visit. S&T Quick Stop, Thompson.
Thanks for sticking with us through that quick stop as we have the Tommies coming up here in the bottom of the first. Once again, Sydney Schwabi to lead things off. Maya Krogstad on deck and Olivia Dick in the hole. Faith Stumpf in the cleanup position. She's playing left field. I should also mention that Dick remains behind the plate while Krogstad will be playing second base once again. Summer Haig, she's at first base. Schwab once again in the circle. Kirsten Lopez, she'll be playing third. Kaya Hurst at the shortstop. And then we also have the 8th grader Maya Workin, who is playing right field. In the circle, as we mentioned, is Peyton Nelson, who throws a hard strike here to Schwabi.
Nelson, a good right-handed batter. You'll see some rise ball. You'll see a little cutter motioning in as well.
This one found the ball, heads out to center field, and so there is a nice positioned single for Sydney Schwabe.
Schwabe, really good rip, a one-hopper right to the center fielder there. So all of a sudden Thompson with a leadoff runner to open things up and trying to do what they did in the 7th inning of the last game against Kinder Richland, get some runners on and get some runners in.
Wasting no time, Krogstad comes up to the plate and fouls one off for strike one. Runner on first, no outs. As we get things set, glance at our playbook on our arm and try again. On the pitch, outside for a ball, but just bring it inside, and that was right down the pipe.
And 2 All-Stars here. Nelson, the All-Star for Central Cass. Krogstad, the All-Star here for the Thompson Tommies. They'll be teammates in a couple of weeks, at least for 2 games.
Hard hit. This one skying up in center field. Calling everyone off and making the play is Fleshak. So that'll keep the runner at first and be the first out. Is Krogstad's fly out to center field. So there we go. Runner remains there, and we move to Olivia Dick here, the catcher today, and the junior. A few more people file in. We'll see if we can get the steal, and it will be a steal. So a ball at the plate for Dick, and then a steal for Schwabe, who decided to turn up the heat a little bit here in the second game of the day. This one going to be just a little bit high and outside, ball 2.
Pranty did a nice job on the throw. Just kind of tailed a little bit at the very end there, which didn't allow Holzer to try to apply the tag there.
Nelson's pitch, high outside, ball 3.
Something we didn't see a lot of in the first game for Thompson because they were behind early. You know, it kind of changes how your strategy is, but Thompson taking off early here with Schwabe.
Runner in scoring position at second. A 3-0 pitch turns into a walk. So 1 out remains on the board as Olivia Dick gets a stroll down the first baseline to that bag, and we come to Faith Stumpf, the left fielder, who made a couple of great plays there at the top of this inning. Peyton Nelson on the rock, and go. Nice pitch. Pitch 10 is a strike.
Also, for fans wondering, yes, we have the Central Cass Northern Cass baseball game. Joel Morgan and Josh Boyko is going to be on the call for you on that one, also on your live event.
Next pitch on the way. This one going to be just, almost not quite over the head of the shortstop, and that was almost a double play. Excellent job by Central Cass Squirrels. Very impressed there by Holzer, trying to get it in time to Richter, but not quite. It just slipped out of Richter's hands.
Holzer did a little Willie Mays Hayes there at shortstop, and yeah, if that would have been the throw right on schedule with the catch by Richter, that would have been an amazing double play. It was crazy. She was just able to get the out, in general right there, Leaf.
This is Summer Haig up to bat now. Did a good job in that first game, and now she has a strike against her with runners on first and second. Grounder will slip past the third and shortstop. Green light on the way, and scoring will be Schwabe. So an RBI single for Summer Haig. As that one slipped right past and out into shallow left field. The grass may be a little bit tall, but it's kind of dead out there once it gets into that outfield. As catch the outside edge here against Schwab, our pitcher.
On Schwabe, Matt Chandler gave her the run around the entire way from third. So one of those where, again, you're putting pressure on the defense a little bit, just a slow C&I single that able to scratch through in Central Cass.
This one, a roller to first, no problem, unassisted there for our flex player today, who is, can't find her on there. It is Mickey Prochnow, and so a good job for her. And on that note, there was 1 run on 2 hits, 2 left on, and no errors here in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second as the Tommies lead the Central Cass Squirrels on the Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard 1-0. When we come back, we've got Pranty, Nelson, and Holzer on the way.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
Welcome back here to Carrie Lynn Larimer Field in Thompson, North Dakota. I'm Leif Bakken with Chase Miller as the Thompson Tommies lead the Central Cass Squirrels 1-0 after one inning of play on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard, serving Thompson and the surrounding area. Talk with Chris for your insurance today, 701-757-1613. Here in the second, we go with the 4-5-6 batters, and that includes Barbara Pranty, who's up to bat. First pitch is hit to left field and will land just in front of Stumpf. And that'll be a good single for Pranty. Once again, softballs to me, it's really interesting because softball, baseball, very comparable. But when it comes to like the flight of the ball and the way it all functions, it's different. It makes a difference. Coach Cost is getting a little chant going. Okay, I see what we did here. We have a pinch runner. And that'll be Olivia Haugen out there on first base now. This is Peyton Nelson stepping up to the plate and fouling the first one off for a strike. Want to mention here that as I go to look for my notes here, that strike two right down the middle. Great job by Schwab. Peyton Nelson is a senior as a high ball one comes in. Count will be 1-2. Runner on first. Hard swing and a miss. Trying to throw back to first, and Pranty will just step back. So hard cut, another strikeout on the day, or the first strikeout on the day, I should say, for Schwab. Forgot to look. Schwab, I believe, had 4 strikeouts in the last game. This one comes what Holzer thought was inside, but was the inside edge of the strike zone for a strike. Next, hard swing and a miss, strike 2. We heard Coach Koss talk a little bit about the offense. He wants the bats to get rolling. They're very strong defensively, and he just wants them to get stronger at the plate. We're seeing a little bit of a struggle early on here in this game for the Squirrels, as that'll be ball 1, and the count will be 1-2. Here's the pitch. This one high inside, ball 2. Runner on first, 1 out on the board. We are at the top of the second inning. This one, grounder, gets to third. Can they turn 2? No, they'll decide to go to the first base and get that out. So runner advances to second, but a nice job on out number 2 as a great job, honestly, from Lopez over to Haig.
Yeah, Lopez with the backhand there, if that gets by her, that's at least runners at the corners, if not runners at a second and third. So really nice job by Lopez, able to get the out. And Thompson, now all of a sudden, a chance to, monkey see from the first game where they were down early, now, up early here in this one against Central Cass.
Paige Wixo sees one in the dirt to start off her at-bat, the sophomore. She's the designated player today for the Central Cass Squirrels. Here's the next pitch, hard cut. And that'll be a strike. Count is 1-1. Once again, Coach Cossey, I appreciate a vocal coach. Want to let his team know what they need to do. This one off the end of the bat, scooped right up by Schwab over to Haig, and that is how you close things out. Well, off of that, there was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on here. In the top of the second, we go to the bottom of the second. On YourLiveEvent.com, Thompson Tommies are coming up, and they lead the way right now. They've got Lopez, Hurst, and Workin on yourliveevent.com.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm Leaf Bach, and Chase Miller going to go set up for the baseball game tonight that you can join us on yourliveevent.com as we get rolling here in the bottom of the second inning. And this is Kirsten Lopez, the junior, who sees a ball in the dirt from her opponent, Nelson. Hard swing and a strike one. So brings the count to 1-1. Here in the bottom of the second inning, Thompson Tommies, again, Lopez, Hurst, and then Workin at the bottom. That one coming right into your living room once again. Foul ball, strike two. So a 1-2 count here from Carrie Lynn Larimer Field. This one hit to shortstop and across the way, and out number one. Great play for the Central Cass Squirrels to start things off, getting out number one on the 6-3 combination. That's shortstop to first. This will bring up Kaya Hurst, the 8th grader, who's been doing a good job swinging hard at strike one. They're 20 pitches in unofficially for Peyton Nelson. Next pitch on the way, gonna curve to the outside for ball one and a count of 1-1. Hurst is playing shortstop. We saw her play right field in the last game against the Vikings, doing a nice job, very fast, making plays out on that edge. This one fouled high over the top of our press box and brings the count to 1-2. 1 out and nobody on. This one on its way to left field. That one looking to stay fair and snagging it out of the air. Doing a nice job out there is Severson. That's Taylor Severson. Out number two comes at the hands of the left fielder. Good hit. Riding the third baseline all the way. If it would have dropped fair. Taylor Severson, a junior, playing left field as we go to the 8th grader Maya Workin, who sees a strike. Next pitch. This one, a grounder to the second baseman, scooped up, no issues there. A routine play works out for the Squirrels. So, nice job scooping that one by Tori Richter and finding it over to her teammate at first. Once again, that's Prochnow. And in that, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. We go to the top of the third on yourliveevent.com. Thompson Tommies lead 1-0 from Carrie Lynn Larimer Field.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Well, we go to the 8-9-1 batter here, as the 8th batter is Taylor Severson, who plays the left field for the Central Cass Squirrels. Fouling that one into the backstop for strike one. Schwab's next pitch. This one fouled down and to the dugout, I should say, for strike number two. So just like that, Severson down in the count, 0-2. Here comes the next pitch from Schwab. This one a little bit high, but you've got some space to work with that. Coach Cost again on that third base line next to third base, giving some good feedback. And there is strikeout number 2 of the day for Schwab. Drew Schwab has been doing a nice job today. We move to Camry Nelson, who swings for strike 1. Nelson is playing right field today for Central Cass. Nelson, a junior, as nice job by Schwab finding the outside edge for strike 2, and the batter watches it come in. 0-2 pitch. This one skying up into left field once again. Great job by Faith Stump getting underneath it for out number 2. That was 30 pitches unofficially here for Schwab. And we go back to the top of the order with Tori Richter. Richter popped out to shortstop on her first at-bat in the first. Here we are in the top of the third as this one is a ball, but not too far away from the target. This one rolling in pass between the short and third stop, shortstop and third base. That's what those positions are called. So a good single. And with 2 outs on the board and a runner on first, that'll bring up Grace Fleshock. Fleshock, the sophomore, playing center field. This one slips just past third base and out into the left field. So it'll be a single as Cost gives the single to stop at second for Richter. That one slips just under the feet of Lopez, but doing a good job playing that corner. She, I think, had the right idea. Snuck in a little bit. The corners are playing a little bit in here as Katie Sinner comes up to bat. That'll be high ball 1. She flew out to the left field on her first at-bat. Another riser ends up 2 high, ball 2. Brings the count to 2-0. 2 outs on the board, runners on first and second. This one high once again, ball 3. Schwab would like to put this batter away, but is down in the count 3-0, and that one is low inside. First walk for today, and that will load up our bases. Well, this will prompt Coach Matt Chandler to step out and have a word with the infield. The outfield will get together as well. And this just brings us an opportunity to talk about a lot of things going on here on YourLiveEvent.com. Lots of baseball and softball being played today, including this game that we appreciate you watching. Central Cass Squirrels trail the Thompson Tommies on the Chris Moe Nobdak Insurance Company scoreboard here from Thompson, North Dakota. That was the first trip to the circle for the coach, so next time we'll have to pull Schwab. We had a 5 o'clock start here. Top of the third already as the bases are loaded and a low ball comes to Pranty. 2 outs on the board. Any base will help. This one goes right into the tire of a vehicle over here on the road for strike 1 on the foul, off to the left. This one up and foul as well for strike 2 to Barbara Pranty. Coach Cost giving Pranty a lot of encouragement from third base. We finally get one of those balls back to the umpire, and the count here is 1-2. Bases are loaded here in the top of the third. This one fouled back. This is going to be a souvenir, at least for a moment, to somebody. 40 pitches in unofficially here for Schwab. This one on its way to center field. Getting underneath it to put things away. Great job out in center field for Sydney Schwabe to get out number 3. So the Tommies are able to keep their opponents off the board and come up with their bats here in just a bit. We're going to the bottom of the third, and after the top, there were no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on. And we're going to the bottom of the third, and that includes the batters as we go to the top of the batting order. Schwabe, Krogstad, Dick. This is YourLiveEvent.com.
Get your food and fuel fast with S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. Fuel yourself with snacks, pizza, drinks, and hot-cooked meals made fresh daily. Make sure to stop and check their daily lunch and dinner specials or call ahead to place your order. 701-599-2161. S&T Quick Stop in Thompson. Fuel your vehicle with high-quality Cenex fuel, and they carry engine oil, washer fluid, and everything else you'll need to keep your vehicle going. Be sure to stop by S&T Quick Stop. They look forward to seeing you on your next visit. S&T Quick Stop, Thompson.
On YourLiveEvent.com, the Thompson Tommies lead the Central Cass Squirrels 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third, and the Tommies will be bringing up the top of the order. Fairly fast-paced game. We just went over 40 pitches for Schwab for the Tommies, as this one will be high and away for ball 1 to Schwabe from Nelson. That was pitch 26, unofficial. Don't have my pitch counter, all the things I usually bring along. Got to locate those as ball 2 is in the dirt. This one the sun's starting to get into just the right spot. Keep me warm. It's been a beautiful spring day. Farmers finally out in the field. I am the ag broadcaster for R&J Broadcasting, so good to see that. Be able to get some interviews with those guys as we see an outside ball 3. Nelson just not quite finding her rhythm yet here in this game with a 3-0 count here in the bottom of the third. This one down the pipe, strike 1. Schwabe wanting to wait on that. Not her pitch, so she didn't take it just as you do on a 3-0. 3-1 pitch will turn into a full count as she swings on, and that's pitch 30 for Peyton Nelson as well. Another one off the end of the bat. Foul ball off to our right. Over the top of the Squirrels dugout. Next pitch will be high for a walk. Second walk that Nelson has issued as she, glances into the dugout, and this will bring Krogstad up to the plate. This will catch the inside edge of the strike zone. So now Krogstad knows where that one's at. She's maybe crowding the plate a touch. Runner on first, no outs as this one's fouled off to the right for strike 2. Maya Krogstad, the lone senior on this Tommy softball squad. 0-2's the count to her, runner on first. Here's the pitch. Swings on this one, catching just the bottom of it to stay alive in the batter's box. So the count remains 0-2. Outfield spread out quite a bit. Another foul ball into the backstop. Wanting to continue battling at the plate. And again, as I mentioned in the game before, just keep the pitcher, wear the pitcher down a bit. This one skying up, and it looks like it's going to go out of play just to this right side. Gentleman knocking that one away so his wife doesn't get hit in the head. So, still an 0-2 count at the plate. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. This one popped up high, and will it stay in play? It will. and it'll be grabbed by the first baseman, who is Prochnow. Well, there's the first out here in the bottom of the third. So a runner will remain on first, and we'll bring up our next batter, Olivia Dick. Low ball, 1, as this one is a stolen base, and then it rolls out, slides into third, and she'll be safe there. Schwabe on the steal at second. And then we'll call that an E2 error on the catcher who overthrew second base. And the count is 1-0 at the plate. Runner in better scoring position at third. Nelson's pitch on the way. This one fouled off to the right side into the stands that are just outside the fence over there for strike number 1. Unofficially pitch 40 for Nelson. And I don't know. It is a beautiful day, but you're at the ball field. Pay a little more attention out there on these foul lines. Felt like people weren't, and maybe they did see that one. This one popped up just beyond shortstop into shallow left field. It is gathered in by the shortstop. So that will be out number 2 on a pop-up to Holzer. Riley Holzer doing a great job. She had a quick turnaround as well, thinking that they were going to trick the runner, and she wanted to get the out at home as well. The senior, Riley Holzer, doing a good job. This one fouled right here. Nice catch, sir. That one was landing right in your lap at home as well. I'm glad I've got guys in front of me here that'll protect my equipment. Next one. Catch that. Looked like it was on the outside edge. Very close, but the count will be 1-1. So Nelson's right around. And again, this is Faith Stumpf, who's at bat. Low inside pitch, ball 2. Stumpf was put out at first by the shortstop on her last at bat. 2 outs, runner on third. 2-1 pitch. This one on its way to shortstop again. Holzer stops that, sends it over, scooped up, and the umpire says out. So another 6-4 combo there, and that is no runs, no hits, no 1 error, and 1 left on. Try to bring them in from that point. Couldn't quite get the job done. So after 3, the score is Thompson Tommies 1, Central Cass Squirrels 0. And when we come back, we have the Squirrels with pitcher Peyton Nelson on the way, Riley Holzer and Paige Wixow on yourliveevent.com.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Leaf Bach, and we appreciate you being tuned in to yourliveevent.com for this softball game. Second one of the day from Thompson, North Dakota. Thompson Tommies lead the Central Cass Squirrels 1-0 on our Chris Moe and Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. For your insurance needs in the Thompson and surrounding area, 701-757-1613. Give Chris a call today. High ball 1 to start things off here in the 4th inning against Nelson, and make it ball 2 as well. Schwab's pitch on its way. This one popped up, and second baseman underneath it to grab the ball. Great job there for Maya Krogstad. Out 1. Pop out to second baseman as we go to Riley Holzer. 0-1 on the day. Was put out at first. with a strike down the middle from Schwab. Schwab, he pitched the first game, a complete game. Schwab in this one, high outside, ball 1, and brings our count to 1-1 here against Riley Holzer. Second pitch inside, and Holzer takes a hard cut for strike 2. Once again, Holzer playing shortstop and a senior. So has some experience for this team. This one hit hard and to the left side, hits the road, and will roll to the ditch of the field adjacent to us here. Couple of tractors rolling here in the Thompson area. Just outside, ball 2, and the count will be 2-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That one inside, and the count is full at pitch 50, unofficially for Schwab. Drew Schwab from the circle. This one high inside, and the second walk of the day issued by Schwab. Both pitchers for these teams that have had 2 walks. Schwab, on the other hand, has had 2 strikeouts, both of them swinging as we see Paige Wixow come up to bat. This release was just a little bit high, so it'll be a ball. Holzer stands on first with 1 out on the board. This one swinging on, and that'll be to right field, scooped up and thrown in. Holzer will advance to third on that. So a good single for Paige Wixow out to right field, a great position to help advance her teammate to third and get them in scoring position. And tying run standing there at third, by the way, here. Bunt trying to be laid down and will be fouled off here by Taylor Severson for strike number 1. Want to straighten that one out. And if possible, you probably want to put that down the first baseline so your scoring runner doesn't get tagged out. That would be the ideal situation. Shows a bunt again. This one fouled down into Olivia Dick's lap once again. Taylor Severson struck out on her last at-bat in the third. We are in the top of the 4th. Potential to do that again. 0-2 pitch. This one low. Bounces off of the foot. Now trying to scoop it up, and Dick is just too late. So on the passed ball, that'll score for Central Cass. So the pass ball, and then this one hit foul to stay alive in the at-bat for Severson. So the count remains 1-2. Runner in scoring position at second base. 1 out on the board. This one high on its way to shallow left field. And a good job by Hurst there at shortstop to go and cover that spot as she comes across. And so Severson out on a pop-up to the shortstop, but that was along the third baseline. 2 outs, a runner on second. 1 run has been brought in off of a passed ball. This will bring us to the bottom of the batting order in Camry Nelson. This one a grounder right to third, gathered up, no problem on that grounder. Out number 3 at the hands of the third baseman and first baseman. Great put out there. And so on that, 1 run brought in. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on here in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and the Thompson Tommy bats will get rolling. That includes Haig, Schwab, Lopez, all on YourLiveEvent.com. We're tied up 1-1.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online, firststatebanks.com.
1-1 is the score here in the bottom of the fourth. Nelson is pitching for the Squirrels as first pitch and swung on. Ends up being a line drive out to the first baseman, Prochnow, playing the flex 1, or flex 3, I should say, in this position as Schwab comes up to bat. We've been seeing her do a good job in the circle, fouling it off for strike 1. She grounded out unassisted to first base in the first inning. Oh, 1 pitch comes in a little high inside. She decided to swing at it. Natural reaction to something flying at you is to swat at it and duck out of the way. That's exactly what she did. 0-2 pitch with 1 out on the board and finds the outside edge. There is the first strikeout, and it was looking. Good job by Peyton Nelson. Trying to make quick work of the bottom of this fourth inning as we see Kirsten Lopez, the junior, step up to the plate. Lopez 0 for 1 with a putout at first from the shortstop on her first at-bat in the second inning. That one just a little high for ball 1. Second pitch is going to be outside ball 2. Next pitch on the way. Low inside ball 3. Pitch 50 unofficially. Nelson had a 5-1 record coming into this game. She's pitched 40.67 innings as well, with as she walks Lopez here. Third walk of the day for Nelson. This will bring up Kaya Hurst. Before today, as I shuffle through my notes we've got here, as that's a ball, before today, 12 walks, I should say, for Nelson. This one thrown off to the side as a stolen base for Lopez. Good job. Ball 2. And time's going to be called here by Coach Scott Cost. He wants to have a word with his infield, and so he'll come to the circle. That gives me a chance to talk a little bit here about Nelson. Let's see. She's got, with today, make sure I've got it correct. 3 walks, so she's got 15 walks on the season now. 46 strikeouts, though. So impressive there. The other pitcher that we've talked about, Tori Richter, has 55 strikeouts on the season so far, and that season is coming to a close here with the region tournament at the end of the week. Hard swing strike 1 for Hurst. Two 2-1 pitch on the way. This one fouled up over our heads for a 2-2 count. As the stands continue to fill up. Glad to see people here at Carrie Lynn Larimer Field. Nelson's pitch. Ooh, curves to the outside. Hurst wanted to swing, and she swings hard. There's another strikeout. Second one of the day. So on that, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on here in the top or bottom of the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th inning with the Central Cass Squirrels coming up to the plate. We're at the top of their batting order. Richter, Fleshock, and Center all on the way. This is YourLiveEvent.com. 1-1 is the score.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
From Thompson, North Dakota, I'm Leaf Bach, and this is YourLiveEvent.com. Torrey Richter comes up to the plate and swings on the first pitch of the top of the fifth inning. It will fall foul for strike one as Schwab remains in the circle for her Thompson Tommies. This pitch going to be high for ball one. Count will be 1-1. That was pitch 60 unofficially here for Schwab. Hard cut. Strike two. Next one going to be fouled off and almost into our press box here as it rolls back down into the stands. 2 home runs this year for Torrey Richter. 16 runs on 48 at-bats prior to this game. This one fouled back once again into the stands. With this at-bat, she's at 51, actually. High inside, ball 2, and the count will be 2-2 here. Next pitch. This one going to roll foul just in the nick of time. Reaching out to try to knock that one, or try to scoop it up, was Lopez. This one a little bit high, and another foul ball that rolls over and onto the road, into the field. You know, if you were joined us for baseball from Enderlin a couple weeks ago, I was with Chase Miller there. And I feel like each field has its own unique characteristics, things that make it special. Its quirk, you might say. And I think there's this one popped up. We'll continue talking about the field, as that's a great job by Olivia Dick, grabbing that first out of this inning in the top of the fifth on a pop fly to the catcher. But the quirk's about every field as Grace Fletchshock comes up to bat. And the one here, the quirk here, is that just behind us there's a field. Swinging on, and foul ball on the roller down the third base line is strike one to Fletchshock. You've got this crick that kind of is a nice characteristic too. Just over the right field fence behind the scoreboard. Just off of the camera's angle. This one inside for a ball for ball one, and our count is 1-1 with one out. Nobody on, and the score is 1-1. High ball two to Fletchshock, who's been playing center field. She's 1 for 2 on the day, had a single on her last at-bat in the third. She singled to left field. A grounder on its way to shortstop. Finds its way over to first and out number 2 at the hands of the shortstop, who is Hurst, over to Haig at first. Whoops. Get that marked down properly. 2 outs, no one on, as Katie Sinner steps up to the plate. This one a grounder faster to Hurst, but Hurst scoops it up. No problem for her as the crowd goes wild here. Excited for another 6-3 combination shortstop to first. And just like that, 1-2-3 up, 1-2-3 down. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, tied up at 1. And the Thompson Tommies have Workin at the bottom. Then we go to the top with Schwabe and Krogstad on YourLiveEvent.com. Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard 1-1. Squirrels and Tommies.
Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. We are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about IRE Insurance, go to ireinsurance.com.
Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as the Tommies are coming up to bat, we'll start off with the 8th grader Maya Workin. Then we go to the top with Schwabe, followed by the senior Krogstad. Nelson still in the circle as this finds the, from this angle at least, it looks like the bottom of the strike zone. Good spot by Peyton Nelson. Next one, same exact spot, strike 2. Count will be 0-2. Coach Matt Chandler giving his batter some encouragement. Here's the next pitch from Nelson. Finds the end of the bat just over the top of the first baseman and out of the reach of the second baseman. Running through and getting the single. Just into the shallow right field. Good job by Workin. Her first hit on the day. She was put out at first by the second baseman on her last at-bat. In the third, we go to the top of the batting order with Schwabe, who is 1 for 1, as she was walked on her last at-bat. Made it all the way to third, but got stranded there. She fouls this one off to the right and out of the reach of the first baseman. 60 pitches in here for Peyton Nelson. She stole second, and then there was an error by the catcher, so she was able to take off and get third as well. This one low inside. As I say that, Workin will advance on the, what we'll call a, we'll call it a wild pitch. Catcher couldn't get to that one. This one swings just outside at the very end to be a ball. He was on the right path, but a little bit of movement sent that one out. Brings the count to 2-1. Nelson's pitch on the way. That'll find the zone. Similar spot, but again, that last one broke outside. That one was exactly what she wanted, where it broke, but it was just a little further in on its initial flight. 2-2 pitch. This one popped and hit foul. Nobody could quite get to that. It was a little shallow foul along that first baseline. Runner on second. No outs. This one hit straight back on the foul ball. Keep the at-bat alive here. And stay at 2-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, 7-inning games in high school. The mercy rule is 10 after 5 in high school as it's fouled off again. In the on-deck circle is Krogstad. Olivia Dick in the hole. Here's the next pitch. A grounder on its way to third. Runner holds up at second, and they do get the out at first, but Workin will advance to third. Nice, smart play by the 8th grader as out number 1 comes at the hands of the third and first baseman. She took her lead off, jumped a few more steps, waited for that throw, and then she took off. Did a good job. And then waited, and Prochnow really couldn't do anything from first to try to throw that one. Here's the hit by Krogstad on its way to right field. It will be gathered up, and the out will be there. Have to run, step over the bat, and it's good. So a sacrifice fly to right field for out number 2, but it will put the Tommies up by 1 here. Let me get everything situated as Olivia Dick comes into bat and sees a low ball 1. Good to kind of get that run brought in, as this will be high ball 2. Of course, the more runs you can score, it's great, but if you can try to kind of establish that cushion now would be good, especially here in the 5th. We've been moving along at a pretty good clip, I would say, as that's a great throw for strike one from Nelson. Brings the count to 2-1, and a score of 2-1 on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. Hard swing and a miss for strike 2 to Dick. 2 outs on the board. The count is 2-2, and a score of 2-1. Here's the pitch. Trying to swing and reaching for that one, fouling it to keep this at-bat alive. Junior varsity softball happening to our right, about 100 yards or so. They've got another field, a foul ball bouncing, and will roll a foul. A lot of pitches being put in here by Peyton Nelson, but she's not wasting any time. She gets the ball and she rolls when she can. Batter will return as nobody's on, but there are 2 outs. Tommies would like to keep the bats rolling if possible, as this one finds that outside corner, and she can't believe it. Olivia Dick not happy about that one. She watches it come in, and there's another strikeout. So, 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on here in the bottom of the 5th, as we are going into the top of the 6th inning. The Tommies lead the Squirrels of Central Cass, and for the Central Cass Squirrels, they've got Pranty, Nelson, and Holzer on the way on yourliveevent.com.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrants, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
Hey, we appreciate you being tuned in on yourliveevent.com. We've got softball and baseball action for you, so I encourage you to check them out between our breaks and whatnot. Hey, we've got a disc rolling over here. That just makes me happy. As whistle goes off. Is that the 6 o'clock whistle for tonight? Gotta love small town and baseball and softball. This one, a grounder on its way past the third baseman into left field. A great job there by Barbara Pranty, who gets a single on the first pitch of the 6th inning. Peyton Nelson will come up to bat. Pranty was 1 for 2 with a fly out to center field on her last at-bat, but another single to help out her and her team, hopefully, here in the 6th. Nelson 0 for 2 with a pop to the second baseman in her last at-bat in the 4th. Hard swing and a miss. Strike 1. Coach Koss calling for a good at-bat, giving some encouragement to the team here. This one going to be a ball. Next one going to be a chopper, almost golf swing at it, but that'll be strike 2 off the foul. Realizing I'm in just the right spot to finally get that farmer's tan going for me. We'll see how that turns out tomorrow. High pitch, ball 2, brings the count to 2-2. This one popped up as both the first baseman and the pitcher go after it. Schwab will make that call and out, so pop 1. Pop to the pitcher. Runner remains on first with 1 out now as Holzer pops this one up, and then a battle between first and second baseman, and will finally fall to the first baseman, who is Summer Haig. Haig has been having a pretty good day, the junior, as we move along, and go right to Paige Wixo, the designated player for today. She uses the outside of that batter's box. As this one's a grounder on its way to short, you got an option here, and they'll just flip the ball right there to second base for out number 3. So, just like that, quick top of the 6th on a 6-4 combination there. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. Nobody left on. That's what that is. Here in the top of the 6th, we go to the bottom of the 6th for the Tommies as they lead 2-1, and they've got the bats coming from Stumpf, Haig, and Schwab. This is YourLiveEvent.com.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Coming back just a little late. They're going to call, so Faith Stumpf is the one who leads off here on your live event at the bottom of the 6th. Stumpf will stay at first. The home official had his hands up, and it rolled right in front of the plate. I thought he was calling it foul, and that might have been the case, but he comes together with his field official, and they say that was in the field. Coach Koss comes out to have a word about that one, and I don't blame him at all on that. But as of right now, this is a single on a hit ball that went into the ground right in front of the plate and rolled. It acted a lot like a bunt. So not ideal, but it'll work, and it'll stand. Again, I don't blame Coach Koss at all for coming out to Coach Chandler and his Tommy team, cheering that one on. Good job there. As a hard swing and a miss for Summer Haig for her at-bat here in the bottom. And this is good for Stumpf, who is 0-2 with being put out at first. So now we got 2 strikes here for Summer Haig, who's 1 for 2. She lined out to the first baseman on her last at-bat in the 4th. Had a single back in the 1st. Hard swing and a miss. There's strikeout, pitch 80. And the count, that's 3 strikeouts today to add on to Peyton Jensen's count. Schwab will come up to bat. She struck out on her last at-bat. Shows a bunt, and it's strike 1. 49 strikeouts on the season is what comes out on the stat sheet for Peyton Nelson for the Central Cass Squirrels. This one hit off the end of the bat and over the top of the dugout to the right for strike 2 on the foul ball. A 2-1 lead with a runner on first and 1 out. This one high, looking to steal second, slides in. No problem. So high ball 1 brings the count to 1-2 at the plate, but a stolen base, which is the 3rd of the day if I'm not mistaken, 4th of the day by the Tommies as I glance down at my book. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one swung on, another foul ball. Keep the at-bat alive. We're approaching, this next pitch will be the 85th pitch unofficially for Peyton Nelson. So don't know if Coach Koss will pull her yet, as this one's a grounder along the first baseline. First baseman will touch the bag and turn around. Runner advances, but that's out number 2. We saw Schwab do that earlier in the game, in the first inning. It was pretty much the same thing. This one going to be swung for Lopez to be strike 1. You know, I was talking about Nelson, if Coach Koss would pull her, and the answer is 99% no. This one, low outside, ball 1. 2 outs on the board. There is a runner at third base. Good scoring position. Tommies would like to put one more in to kind of solidify things, but they do have to go through the top of this next inning and try to seal the deal there. That one was inside for ball 2 and brings our count to 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Swing and nicked for strike 2. Foul ball, strike 2. And a count of 2-2. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-1 score. A runner on third, though. This one fouled back off the top of the catcher's helmet and into the backstop. Umpire steps out and will pull the brush. Decide to clean that dinner plate. Good crowd here this afternoon. We appreciate everybody tuning in and all the folks who are here as well. Wanted to hold back on that. It was a high pitch coming in, but ends up getting a piece of it as Kirsten Lopez 0 for 1. She was walked on her last at-bat, was left stranded at second in the 4th inning. This one a grounder on its way to the pitcher's circle, but gets past, goes to shortstop, and we won't be able to score. We'll go to the top of the 7th as the third out comes from the shortstop over to the first baseman. And so, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Here in the bottom of the 6th, and on your Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard, it's 2-1. Thompson Tommies over the Central Cass Squirrels. They'd like to close things out here in the top of the 7th. Will it happen? We'll find out on yourliveevent.com.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
And we go into the top of the 7th inning on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bocking. Thanks for being along for the ride today, folks. We've got baseball this evening from Thompson, North Dakota as well. But we've got to wrap this one up. Central Cass Squirrels here as a foul ball for Taylor Severson. Strike 1. Pitch 80 to start off the 7th inning for Schwab. Second one will be a foul ball. Foul ball, strike 2. Camry Nelson on deck. Then we go to the top with Tori Richter in the hole. As the crowd comes alive a little bit, this one over the top of Hurst at shortstop and into the left field. So a little bit of liveliness comes from the Central Cass crowd with a single there for Taylor Severson, her first hit on the day. This will bring up the right fielder, Camry Nelson, who is 0 for 2. She was put out at first on the last at-bat by the third baseman. Runner on first, and the first one pitch will be high, ball 1. Next one, swinging, strike 1, and a count of 1-1. With a runner on first, no outs on the board, and the Central Cass Squirrels have some work in front of them here in the top of the 7th. This one on its way to left field. Trekking it back, and it will go all the way to the fence. As Stumpf had to go all the way to get that one, so it will be a double. And good scoring position here for the Squirrels. That's who they are. We go to the top of the batting order with Tori Richter. Richter is 1 for 3 today. She popped out to the catcher on her last at-bat. And as I say that, we're going to have a visit to the circle here for Coach Matt Chandler of the Thompson Tommies. Runners are on third and second here in the top of the 7th. Nobody out, so a predicament for sure for the Tommies. In this situation, on anything on the ground, you got to check and go to 1. check and go to the first base, and then try to keep that runner at third. Any flies out, you just hope your outfield can take care of and then try to get that ball in quickly so the runner at third doesn't score. All depends on the placement of that ball as we get to Tori Richter here. Nice job by Olivia Dick to keep this ball in front of her. Schwab's next pitch going to be a little high for ball 2. Some pressure is on for Drew Schwab, the sophomore. That one just a little far inside for ball 3. 3-0 pitch. This one, ooh, that one's hit deep into left. Stump can't quite reach up and grab that one. Gathered up by the center fielder, thrown in. 1 run will come in. Will 2 come in? This one thrown over to third. It will be 2. And a 2 RBI double. And just like that, the Squirrels have taken the lead by 1 run, and that means we'll have a bottom of the 7th to come your way. We go to Grace Fletchock. This one bouncing off of the third baseman and into foul territory. 1 more run will score, and it'll be an RBI double again for Grace Fletchock this time. Kind of an odd one there, and that's tough when you're the third baseman. Kirsten Lopez bounces off of your chest and into the foul area, and somebody else has to go gather it up. It's now 4-2 as Katie Sinner steps up to the plate and sees ball 1. Runner on second. Nobody out. This one popped up, and there's Lopez to locate it. Well, now we go on to Barbara Pranty. Comes to the plate. She sees a ball for her. She is 2 for 3 today, 2 singles. And then she was put out at the second. Throw across over to first. Got to grab the ball and pick it up. So the out is at first, but a runner will advance here. So there's out 2. That was on the shortstop to the first baseman. Trying to gather my thoughts here. You've got that runner on third, and then you bring up Peyton Nelson, the pitcher. This one slides on the inside edge for a strike. This one popped up. Dick gets underneath it and makes the play. So, that is how the Central Cass Squirrels take the lead. They got 3 runs off of 4 hits, no errors, and there was 1 left on in the perfect scoring spot. Now the bats have to get rolling for the Thompson Tommies. It's 4-2 Central Cass over Thompson on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. And coming up for those Tommies, it will be Hurst, Workin, and then Schwabe on yourliveevent.com.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Coming out of our break just in time to see a strike here in the bottom of the 7th inning on yourliveevent.com. This is Kaya Hurst, who's been playing shortstop in this game. She played right field in the first game And she just fouled that one off for strike number 2. So the count will be 0-2 at the plate. They're down by 2 runs. Holding back on a low ball one. They do check with the field ump, and he says no swing, safe. And the count will be 1-2 here. Nelson's pitch on the way, going to be high, ball 2. The dugout comes a little more alive for the Tommies here. Looks like the Kindred Richland Vikings stuck around to watch some softball. They're just off our camera side to the right. Foul ball keeps the count at 2-2. Next one, a little bit high for a ball, and now the count is full. Three-two pitch. This one right through the gap. And in between short and third, that'll be a good single for Kaya Hurst. Patience is key. Can't get ahead of yourself. Can't let your mind race on you while you're at the plate. Maya Workin up to bat with a runner on first. This one catches that inside edge for strike 1. Workin was able to score last time on a sac fly. This one, grounder to third. They throw to second, got the out there, not in time to make the throw across, so it'll be a single for Workin. Out number 1 at the hands of the third and second baseman. Now we go to the top of the order with Schwabe at bat. This one off the end of the bat and into the backstop for strike 1. That was a good play, by the way. Want to mention the names of Katie Sinner playing third, throwing over to Prochnow, playing that flex first. This one fouled off again for strike 2. With a runner on first and 1 out, the count is 0-2 at the plate. The senior Krogstad is on deck. Peyton Nelson on the windup. Here's the pitch. This one high and away, ball 1. Glancing over to the dugout, gets the pitch call, and here we'll see it. This one, kind of a little popper, and it will be gathered in for out number 2. And 105 pitches in for Peyton Nelson. So a pop-up to the second baseman, who is Holzer, doing a good job in that position today. And with 2 outs on the board and a runner on first, this will bring up Krogstad. She finds a piece of it, just barely nicks it. And that'll be strike 1. Next pitch. This one, finding that gap out in the outfield just left of center. Will she turn and go to 2? She will. Will that drive in the run? It will as well. So an RBI double there for Maya Krogstad. Great position on the ball. Able to bring in the runner. And the wheels on the young Workin. With 2 outs now, and the score now 4-3. Thompson still has to battle here, but Coach Koss comes out and has a word with the infield. Will we see a change? I don't believe so. I think he just wants to give a words of encouragement and get things rolling. They'll break from the huddle. Krogstad will return to second, and coming up, will be Olivia Dick, the catcher for today for the Thompson Tommies. Runner in scoring position at second base. There are 2 outs on the board, down by 1 run. Dick trying to drive that one in. This one will be high and away, ball 1. Today, Dick is 0 for 2. She struck out looking on her last at-bat in the 5th. She wasn't happy about that strikeout. Thought it was low and away. This one low inside as Krogstad will steal on the bobble. Little dangerous because that was to that side of the plate, but hey, want to get in better position to bring this game to a tie at least, to move on into some extra innings. Next pitch will be a low, strike 1, catching that bottom edge. Talked about that before. The zone's been, to me, it looks like it's low. I'm sure it's in a good spot. This one kind of a hook to the third baseman, throws across, and that is how we close the game out. Good job by Sinner. Finding Proc now, and that is the end of the game. Final score of 4-3. And in that inning, there was 1 run on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left on here as we will come back in just a bit to wrap things up from the Carrie Lynn Larimer Field in Thompson, North Dakota, and let you get on your way to more spring activities here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leaf Bach, and stick with us. We have postgame coming your way after this.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online firststatebanks.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Well, wrapping up our game here from Thompson, North Dakota. A final score once again on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard of 4 for the Central Cass Squirrels, 3 for the Thompson Tommies. And so the Tommies will split the day, beating the Kindred Richland Vikings by a score of 5-4 at the end of the that game earlier today. And this one ending 4-3 as they couldn't quite get the runs to come in there at the end. We're very close to getting into extra innings, but here we are. And also interesting enough, want to note that the end time, last strikeout happened at 6:21. 6:21. Guess when this game started at 5 o'clock? The first game started at 3 o'clock and ended at 4:21. So I'd say a pretty efficient day, at least in my opinion. Let's get to some of your stats here and talk about, we'll start off with the Thompson Tommies, who lose this one, and their record now goes to 10-3 on the season. As, again, we've already got the regional matchups coming up here on Saturday. So taking a look here, again, they had 3 runs on the day, a total of 4. and that's 7 hits. So 3 runs on 7 hits, and there was only 1 error as they, and that was, 1 error for the Squirrels. They did, on the day, leave 5 runners on. So think about that. If you bring those runners in, you come up with quite a few more runs, making it 8 in that situation. When you look on the other side of the book, though, there were 3 runs. So there's the difference there, really. If everybody brought the runners that were left on, you have a situation that brings an 8-7 win for the Thompson Tommies. Looks like they're warming up some more for some JV play here. Coming up in just a little bit. Again, talk about a couple of things here. A complete game pitched by Drew Schwab. She pitched a total of 97 unofficial, for according to what I've got here. For Peyton Nelson, the winning pitcher, she pitched a complete game as well. Carry the 1 there. .111 pitches is what I have unofficially for Peyton Nelson, who did a nice job. She had 3 strikeouts on the day, 4 strikeouts on the day, and she had her work cut out for her, though. That's for sure. Schwab did a nice job. Again, only 97 pitches, and she had a couple of strikeouts as well. So good job by these two teams. Let's switch over to the Central Cass statistics. And again, show you that they've got 4 runs out there. And they had a total of 6 hits. So a good job by the Central Cass team. They advanced to 11-3 on their season. And, yeah, they did a good job out there. As we move on here and talk about your RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Hey, now that you're back out there in the field, hopefully, or can get there soon, RDK Enterprises of Hillsborough and Drayton wants you to have a safe and successful planting season. Get a hold of them, as their customer service can help you out. And they will support your precision plant equipment as they deal that to you. 701-636-2119 for RDK Enterprises. It plays to plant with precision from RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton. Your RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. I think I've got to give it to Tori Richter there at the end. She did go 2 for 4 on the day, but she had a single in the 3rd, and then she had a 2 RBI double there in the 7th to help her team take full control. And then she was even able to come around on another RBI double from Grace Fleshock, who did a nice job. This Central Cass team, just a good team all the way around. Both teams today doing really good. Thompson Tommies doing a nice job in both games, so you got to appreciate that. Looks like the Tommies and the Squirrels are going to go after it again in a junior varsity matchup here on this field, the Carrie Lynn Larimer field. What a beautiful field. Want to thank everybody for sticking with us here through these 2 games, and we've got baseball from Thompson coming up tonight. I'll be joining Chase Miller here. If they haven't started early, they'll be starting in about a half hour, and you can catch the pregame with him in not too long. He'll be starting with that very soon. We appreciate everybody being along for the ride, and thanks so much for having us here and hosting us in Thompson. I think that's going to wrap us up for today, for some softball at least. Stay tuned to yourliveevent.com. They've got more sports all afternoon, all this evening for you. We've had a busy day. We've got a busy couple of weeks, so stay up to date with us on our Twitter, and that's YourLive1. And, yeah, it's just a good day and a good week, couple of weeks to finally get some softball and baseball and some track in as well. This is YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. Thanks so much for being with us. And your final score on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. 3 for the Thompson Tommies, 4 for the Central Cass Squirrels. And that's where we'll end it here today. Thanks so much. Have a good evening, everybody.